What you're about to see are passionate, dedicated and trained people practicing and preparing to enter an extreme sporting event that may change their lives. Do not try this on your own without necessary experience and supervision.
Breathe in, breathe out. This moment's what it's all about. Born to be great, your goal awaits. Don't hesitate. Accelerate.
Set for the race, aim to give it all I got. Mind is set, gonna reach the highest spot. Working hard in order to fulfill my goal. Nothing can stop me from getting what I'm going for. That's being great, I was working till it's late, so I won't hesitate. Gotta get to first place, hands on the golden plate. I'll concentrate, won't hit the brake, just move forward, accelerate. Last week on Xcellerate, we saw 19-year-old apprentice Jackie Shadley gallop his way up the standings and grabbed 3 crucial places on his race day. We also saw 13-year-old karate champion Chloe battle her way through injuries to come out top and claim double gold in an inter-school karate event. Today, we meet 8-year-old gymnast Caleigh Anders from Gauteng and watch how she prepares for her national championship being held in Cape Town. Gymnastics is a sport involving performance of exercises requiring strength, flexibility, balance, agility, endurance, and control. Does Caleigh have what it takes to tumble her way to the top? We'll find out soon enough. We're also meeting 15-year-old Formula Vee racer Byron Mitchell from Cape Town and see how he prepares for his upcoming regional and national championship races. Formula Vee is a popular open-wheel junior motor racing sport with speeds of up to 190 kilometers per hour. This is a sport you have to take seriously, so we'll see if Byron can maintain his focus on the tarmac.
I stay in Edgemead and I live with my brother, my dad and my mom. I'm 15 years old, I'm in grade 10 and I race Formula Vee in Cape Town. I've done 2 sports before Formula Vee. I've raced quads since the age of 4 and then when I was 12 I moved to go-karting and now I do Formula Vee. When I used to race karts was very expensive, so we always try to find ways of making it less expensive, and then eventually one of my friends I used to race with, Delano, he got a Formula Vee and we went to go watch him race one day. My dad thought, well, why don't we put me in it, and we just bought a car and started building it and got into it. My future plans about the sport is I would like to succeed and obviously win a lot of races, and I just would like to be able to travel the whole world and race anywhere. I would like to go to Formula 1, that's how far I would go, but I'm a person that will never want to stop, so I'll just keep trying from there. I am currently preparing for the next Power Series race at Caleigh. I feel that doing Formula Vee is such an adrenaline rush. When you get in that car, your mind just changes, and I enjoy that. I love being able to be so close to death, but to keep going faster and keep pushing your limits. When I do the sports, I feel more alive. I feel that me and the car become one. I can take my limits and I can take the car's limits and I can combine the two, and together me and the car can push the boundaries of speed and we can try new things.
I live in Eldorado Park and my mom stays with me, my sister stays with me, and that's me, and my dog. I'm 8 years old, I go to feed my lambs and I'm in grade 3. I got in gymnastics by watching a video and I just thought it was really nice and I started in grade 2. I feel happy and it's exciting every day. When I start practicing gymnastics and I learn a new skill, I would just love to do it over and over, and I'll feel very exciting. We're currently training for nationals and I would love to get gold overall. The thing that will happen, I would be very happy, my mom would be proud of me, and I would be shouting and screaming. If I lose nationals, I will be sad.
This event is so important to me because I'm currently leading the Western Cape Championship, and this event can determine whether I stay in the lead or whether I drop down the order. If I win this event coming up, I will feel very happy because that means that I will maintain my lead in the championship while I'll actually open the lead up in the championship. If I don't do so well in the event, I won't beat myself up about it. I'll say to myself, don't let this bother you. There's still 2 more races at the end of the year, and then I'll keep going and keep trying my hardest.
After the break, we'll find out what it takes to excel in these 2 sporting disciplines. In the meantime, check out our Facebook page, like us, and tell us about your extreme sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. This is Xcellerate. We are revving it up with Formula Vee racer Byron and swinging it with gymnast Caleigh. Let's see how they prepare for their upcoming events.
The basic equipment is the helmet. You have a balaclava, which is something that goes over your head under your helmet. Then we have a neck brace that clips onto the side of our helmet, and that prevents whiplash if you hit something hard. We wear gloves, and we also wear boots. You have to have a fireproof suit because if you can't get out your car quick enough and the car's on fire, then the suit will protect you from fires. Then we at least have a certain amount of time until we'll start burning. First basic rule you learn if you would like to do the sport is always stay on your line. If you're new to the sport, don't go from one side of the track to the other side and weave along the track, because if there's a faster car coming up behind you, then obviously he's going to think that you're letting him pass, but you're not, you're just weaving, and he's going to ride into the back of you. Qualifying works on a system of lap times. Whoever gets the fastest lap time will qualify on first and second and third as you go down the order. And qualifying is important because it gives you an idea for the race, how fast you are and what other competitors you are mainly racing against that are similar lap times than you and all of that. Qualifying normally consists of 10 minutes. They work on 10 minutes, which roughly adds up to about 7 laps, or it depends how quick you are, 7 or 8 laps around Caleigh. And some of the things you're going to need if you want to start racing Formula Vee is you have 2 ways of doing it. You can either buy a car fully built, or you could buy parts and build up your own car. But if you choose to buy parts and build up your own car, then you're going to need to buy the motor, the bodywork, the tires, the steering wheel, the seat belts, and all of that stuff. The risks associated with the sport is countless. So many things could go wrong when we are racing. In worst case scenario, you could lose your life, but in least case scenario, you could blow a gearbox. So it can vary, but it just depends how you play it all out. Nothing really scares me about this sport is because if you would like to be a racer, you mustn't be afraid to take chances, because that could be the biggest mistake you make. So I enjoy the thrill of being able to be so close to making a bad decision, but keep it all cool and keep going.
I train 5 days a week and it takes 3.5 hours every day. The things that can happen to you is you can break your ankle, you can hurt your knee very bad, or you can hurt your neck but not break it, or something, or you hurt your wrist. Some of the things that in gymnastics scares me is tumbles on beam. It's scary and it's tiny and there's a risk of me falling off. Last year I hurt my ankle very bad, but I seem that I got it better and I started again. At the moment, I have no sponsors and my parents pay for my gear and my gymnastics. So my mom takes me to competitions, she drives me to gym, and yeah. If I had a bad day at competition, my mom would take me somewhere and she would buy me something that I really want, like a pretty leotard. You have to buy leotards and you have to buy grips.
Caleigh is a very intelligent, disciplined, focused, hardworking child. She has her ups and downs. She's very determined to win competitions. Some days she has her up days, some days she has her down days. But she's self-motivated, and that's one thing I know. Wherever she goes, she will do her best. The one thing that stands out for me when she competes, she competes with best friends, but after that she remains friends. She loves her friends, she loves friends, she loves people's person. She just watched the video and she told me, Mom, I need to do gymnastics. And I thought, it's probably one of those things where you register them for a sport, and 2 months down the line they come back, they say, I'm not interested anymore. But when I registered 2015 in February, she just reached for the stars. And I just saw now she had a passion for it. She's very talented in gymnastics, and I just motivate her as much as I can. It's positive because what I realized, it also disciplines us. It keeps us to help her reach her dreams, and it also helps us to keep her balanced. There is some negatives to it because it's very tiring. You need to be committed. It's 3.5 hours a day. It's tiring on us as well because we need to fetch her, someone needs to drop her. Sometimes they have competitions on a Saturday, sometimes they have training on a Saturday morning. So it is tiring. The rest, she hates beam. So when she's on beam, I think I'm biting my nails if she competes on beam, because I'm always panicking for her because she hurt her ankle before, but she overcame that. So I think overall gymnastics is a very dangerous sport because if you can break one thing and we can't fix it, you're out of the game. So you sit there and you watch these competitions or you watch them train and you're biting your nails because you don't know what's going to happen next.
My parents are very supportive. My dad, well, he's my main supporter. He really tries his hardest, and I'm so thankful for that because he wakes me up in the morning saying, okay, we have to work on the car, or he wakes me up saying it's time to go, we have to go racing and all of that. And I really, 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 really appreciate all the support that my parents give. I may not show it, but I really, really do.
My future aims for Byron are that he does the sport that he wants to do. It doesn't particularly have to be racing. He is very good at karate, he's good at cycling. I do not want to push him in anything. I'd rather let him pick what he wants to do. I enjoy helping him with the racing, but I think his life must just roll, and we'll see wherever it takes him.
My coach currently is Xcellerators. Uncle Xcellerat has been racing Formula Vee for 2 years now, and he has helped me so much for my racing. He has taught me the racing lines, where to brake, how to change gears, which way to change gears, and all of that. And I have a very strong relationship with him because he has taught me a lot in the sport.
Byron's dedication is good. He enjoys working on the car, and he tries to understand it. And I think that goes a long way, and that goes hand in hand with testing and coming back and communicating as to what's happening and what he feels isn't working for him. And I think that's key to the training process. Again, coming back to understanding the equipment and understanding the car, that you can communicate back what you don't like and what you need changed.
We spend 2 different types of time in my sport. We spend working on the car, and then I spend time actually driving and practicing in the car. We mostly work on the car because we're always trying to make the car improve better and handle better and quicker and all that. And then we test it, and if it's wrong, then we'll go back and see what we've done wrong. Or if it works, then obviously we keep it. Normally I practice in the car more for a race weekend because I practice on the Saturday before the race, then I'll practice during the week, and I'll practice the Friday before the race, and then I'll race on the Saturday. And also because we practice so much more for a race weekend, it makes it more vulnerable for the car to get damaged or something. So sometimes we can work on it often, or sometimes we get away with it and we get a good race. Usually it depends how much time we work on the car, but if we're working on the car, we can spend up to 15 hours a week or 20 hours a week we can spend up working on it. And practice sessions during a week, I can roughly get 3 to 4 hours practice. I usually spend all the working and practicing time on my car after school when I don't do other sports, obviously, and I practice when I don't have any other sports going on.
The upcoming event is important to Byron in that there is a realistic chance of him chasing for the championship, and he needs to make sure that he bags as many points as possible to get in there, so that when we get to the closing stages of the season he's not under too much pressure. If he doesn't do well, I think this is all part of a process. It's his first full season in the car, and it's all part of a learning process and learning to understand, and losing is part of it. We've got to make mistakes sometimes so that we can learn and understand where we go wrong and how easy it goes wrong, in particular when it comes to working under pressure. So when they make mistakes and when you don't win it, you've got to sit down and focus and understand where you went wrong and put your head down and focus on the next event, next heat.
After the break, we'll continue with Byron and Caleigh. In the meantime, check out our Facebook page for updates and feel free to like and comment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Xcellerators. We are meeting Formula Vee racer Byron and gymnast Caleigh to find out what it takes to get to the top of their individual extreme sports. Let's check it out.
So my coach is very sweet. She's not hard on you, but only sometimes when she knows you can do something. And in competition, sometimes she's really angry if you don't try your best and you just don't want to do anything that you like.
On top of the bar, your body shape needs to be better. Okay? Hi, my name is Xcellerate Saturdays, and I'm the head coach and the owner at Johannesburg Gymnastics Center. Caleigh's got many things going for her. The reason why she's so good at gymnastics is because she's small, she's strong, agile, she's not scared, and of course she's a very hard worker. So if you've got talent and you're training 5-6 days a week at the age of 8 or 9, then you've got something going for you. So those are the reasons she's as talented as she is. She trains, at the moment she trains 5 days a week, an average of about 20 hours a week, but that's now increasing after nationals. She'll be going up to 6 days a week and probably about 24-25 hours a week. Well, Caleigh's young, so at the age of 9, she's born 2007, she to go to a big event where you're competing against all the other top kids in the country, that's a big thing in itself, and then she's got her own individual goals, like wanting to place in the top 3 at the national championships, which she can achieve. She's ready for it. So I think it is a big one, competing against all the gymnasts across the country. When things don't work out the way they should, especially at this age, it's just a lesson for them. We see it as learning how to compete still. It's different when you're 16, 17 and you're at a World Champs and you really can't afford a mistake, because you have to qualify for the Olympics or for whatever else it is. But at this age, if you make a mistake, we try and teach them to bounce back from it very quickly, but also just to learn how to use it so that in the future it doesn't happen again. But mistakes happen. These girls are very young, and we really don't come down too hard on them. The lessons are the same, you whether you do well or not so well. I think you should be proud of your performance irrespective. And if she wins, it's fantastic. It's always a good confidence booster, and we are just as proud of them either way.
Okay, this one is for vault, first place gold. This one is for bar, 3rd place. This is 2nd overall. The tournament was the USA World Championships. This one was for Brits, first place overall. He only got 1 medal. This medal was for National Champion of the Year. Last year I won it in class 0. And this one is Central Gauteng Gymnastics. I won 2nd place overall. I train 5 days a week and it takes 3.5 hours every day. I train very late and sometimes I have to do my homework late at night or early in the morning. My friends at gym are Caitlin, Amala, Brooklyn and Sarah, and they are very sweet. We have friendly competitions sometimes to see who's the best. When someone loses or wins, we still remain friends because friendship is more important. My inspiration was Simone Biles because she is very pretty and she's good at gymnastics. Gymnastics teaches me discipline and it teaches me to use my body.
How I manage my schoolwork and my racing is I normally do most of my schoolwork in class, so then when I come home I have more time to try focus on the car. But obviously when we're writing exams I have to study and I have to leave the car for a bit. I'm not the top student and I'm not a bottom student, I'm like in the middle. I'm passing but I'm not the 90 student. I started to have an inspiration of Sebastian Vettel. He's a Formula 1 racer. And then slowly but surely as I moved on in racing, and then I found out that my true inspiration was my dad, because he was always my #1 supporter and he was always there for me when things didn't go that well. My biggest dream would be to become a Formula 1 racer, and I would like to become a tough competitor so other racers know that I'm hard to beat.
Chance of doing well in this event, I think every event has a chance of doing well. The fact of the matter is the class that Byron's in is a class where the cars are all very evenly matched and evenly balanced. So you've got to be in it to win it, and there's always a chance of doing well. There's no such thing as saying that there's somebody that can't be in the mix. There can be, all of the cars could be in the mix on the last lap. That's as close as it can get.
I've learned 2 main things in the sport. The first thing is, the closer you are to death, the more alive you actually feel. And the second one is, if you have everything under control, you aren't going fast enough. The biggest lesson I've learned in this sport is that don't be afraid to take chances. If you see that you want to pass someone, take the chance. Because if you never take that chance, you'll always relive the rest of your life knowing, if I took that one chance, would I be better off or would I be worse?
Next week, Caleigh has a bit of downtime, so we'll see if Byron has what it takes to claim a podium spot. Don't miss out! In the meantime, check out our Facebook page for more news and views.